I am really loving using this thermal styling brush I just got for refreshing my day 2 hair. Honestly, more than I have loved any other tool I have ever used for refreshing my day 2 hair. So on today's video, we are going to do a day 2 hair refresh. We're going to use my new thermal styling brush, which is just a hot brush, like a hot round brush. It does not blow air. It doesn't do anything. It's just hot. And it works really well, and I really like it. And I do have another video showcasing the brush itself here, but today we're going to do my day 2 refresh on my hair. And I really like this brush for that because I don't love using a flat iron for my day 2 refresh because it's just too hot. You're going to damage your hair using a flat iron on it every day. And so I often just try to sleep with a satin cap on and do all the things to kind of maintain whatever style I did on day 1. But this is what my hair looks like. I washed it yesterday. It was styled yesterday, and I gave it a quick brush this morning. It doesn't look terrible. I'm not saying it looks terrible, but this little refresh routine I've come up with just makes it look more done on day 2, and I'm more likely to keep it down and not throw it up in a bun on top of my head. But this brush doesn't get super duper hot. I do keep it on the lower setting. It does have a higher setting, but it's not as hot as a flat iron, and I don't use it every day. I just use it on my day 2 or sometimes day 1 and day 2, but it's not every day, and I don't feel bad about using it a little more often than I would a flat iron or a curling iron, which is much more hot. Even though it's not crazy hot, it's still hot, so we are going to use heat protection. This is the Firewall by AG. I like this one because it's a really dry mist when you spray it on. So you're not having to spray it all through and wait for it to dry before you can put heat on your hair. Because if your hair sizzles when you put the heat on it, it was still wet and you shouldn't be doing that. I also love this one because it actually adds shine, which is great for these day 2 refreshes because your hair can look a bit dull, especially if you add dry shampoo, which is what we're going to do next. So I am using the Batiste dry shampoo. This one will leave residue in your hair if you don't work it in or if you use too much. If you like a residue free, I recommend the Olaplex 4D. I just go through a lot of dry shampoo and I find it a bit expensive to be using it as much as I do. This one's a little more cost effective, and I don't find it leaves my hair dry and residue filled like it can if you misuse it, but a residue free one is easier to use if you find it difficult to use these ones properly. Then we're just going to brush everything. I did brush my hair when I first got up this morning, but it has been a few hours, and before someone comments it, yes, you should start brushing your tangly hair from the ends and work your way up, but that really only applies to if your hair is tangly. My hair's not really tangly, it's just not fully brushed out right now. It's totally fine if your hair is relatively untangled to start at the top and brush down. All right, so that is what we're left with now. And like, honestly, I could go out into the world like this. It's not terrible. It's just not how I like it. I like if I have a few extra minutes to throw in those few extra minutes of effort so that my hair feels done, because I feel more put together when my hair feels put together. So I'm just going to use a claw clip. Actually, it's not a claw clip. It's a gator clip. Gator clips are my favorite because they just hold any amount of hair, no matter how big or small, just effortlessly. Just brush that section. And then all I'm going to do with this is literally just smooth through the ends of my hair a few times in each section. I'm not trying to do anything crazy like create curls. You can create a bit of a blowout curl with this. I'm essentially just using it to smooth and shape the hair so it just looks like it's been freshly blow dried with a round brush. If you see steam coming off my hair, it is not my hair burning. It is simply the heat protection spray evaporating off of my hair. Totally safe, totally normal, and totally supposed to happen. There is no right or wrong way to do this. There is no like you should do these sections in this direction. I don't even think about it. I literally just take small to medium-sized chunks of my hair and go from about the mids down, pass it through a few times, kind of rotating the brush as I go, just like I would use a round brush, basically, through my hair, and it just is going to finish everything off so nicely. The reason your ends of your hair can look a bit frizzy on day 2 or day 3 isn't necessarily because your hair is damaged. Your hair is covered in your cuticles, and think of your cuticles like little fish scales on your hair. They're little tiny scales or like shingles on a roof, and they're all laying down flat when your hair is soft and shiny. But things like sleeping can make those cuticles raise up off the hair shaft, and when that happens, you're going to get frizz, you're going to get dullness, you're going to get a drier texture to the hair, it's going to stick, it's going to tangle, and things like heat or tension from a round brush and a blow dryer or a brush like this, or from your flat iron or your curling wand, they will smooth those cuticles back down, and that's gonna leave your hair feeling and looking more soft, more manageable, more shiny, and more smooth. Now, obviously, the healthier your hair is, the more likely it is for your cuticle to sit down and smooth on its own. That's not the case for everybody. I have naturally slightly wavy hair, and hair that isn't naturally super duper straight is more likely to get frizzy looking easily from things like sleep and whatnot. If you have curly hair, your cuticles aren't going to lay flat naturally really easily, and that's just totally normal, and not because your hair is damaged or you're doing anything wrong or using the wrong products. There's lots of smoothing products that are meant to help smooth your cuticle. There's lots of tools, and there's lots of things you can do to help promote the shape and the texture of hair that you want to have. So use those tools, and don't judge your hair too harshly for things you can't control, like your cuticle structure. I like to do the front just like I would my bangs with a round brush, kind of giving them a bit of a swoop forward and a roll up. Now, I will usually also set my bangs in a Velcro roller. I'm not going to today because I just don't have time, but then I'm just gonna flip through. I'm gonna brush it again, just gently. Make sure I've got any tangles out. And there we go. You can see it made a huge difference to how finished my hair looked. Now it looks smooth, it looks done, it looks like I just did my hair. Let me show you the back. Literally start to finish when I do this on myself, it takes like 3 minutes. It is no time at all. I literally don't even think about it. I just whip it through my hair. Sometimes I don't even take sections because I'm pretty good at working with my hair, but sections are recommended if you're not used to manipulating your hair and working through your hair. Sections are going to make your life easier. I hope this helps. If you want to give this tool a try, I did buy it relatively inexpensively on Amazon. You can get them more expensively from more reputable brands, but honestly, this generic Amazon one has worked super well for me so far. So I did link the one that I got in my Amazon storefront if you want to check that out. Let me know in the comments if you try it out and if it works for you. And subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos, because I do post every week. I post 3 of these videos every week, and I post every day on my shorts. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. Bye.